The entry point of Universal Studios Hollywood. See the cars heading in and out, mostly towards the parking structure, for an exciting day at this theme park. My adventure will consist of a construction update, the second in a monthly series that I started in January. So this will be February 2019 and what's happening around the premises. CityWalk, the park itself, and the backlot. I'm inviting you to join me. Shall you? Next to Frankie and his bride up there on the side of the building, they have overlaid with How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World, which comes out February 22nd in movie theaters. The cinema has been covered over with that advertisement. Some sort of program is being filmed over here called How Low Will You Go? And a promotion for something called The Village. Love is the thread that connects us all. It's a big heart. I was just informed that the heart was supposed to be out for Valentine's Day, but because of the weather, they had to delay it a little bit. Just better late than never, I suppose. We meet again, Kong. We meet again. Word of warning, never stand directly under that guy. Trust me. Still waiting on the opening date of this Mexican restaurant. Still no word when that will be, however. Good to see the globe spinning around again. Last time I was here, it wasn't turning due to the elements. They had it shut off just to, for whatever reason, it was turned off and wasn't circling like it is currently. It is common knowledge and been stated that this was originally in Orlando, but I'm not 100% sure when it was moved here. I wonder what the month and year when it was transported cross country was from Orlando, Florida to Los Angeles. It's a good question. Should also mention this is the very end of the Lunar New Year celebration. Oh dang, in fact they're rolling up the red carpet now. It's happening, it's ending. Discovered that there will be a new character appearing right over here in front of this new backdrop. Don't want to go in yet because this is technically not inside the park. It's on the outer edge. Weather might once be another issue for that meet and greet, so I'm gonna check back a little bit later. Come on, Hitchcock. Make the weather I almost picked his nose. Next to the Walking Dead, you see the walls are up. So it appears as if they're starting to put a roof on the structure. That's exciting. It's coming along slowly but surely. Oh my goodness, look how cute this minion. Hello there. There he is. There comes Shrek. What's up, buddy? I showed up the first day you opened for the Lunar New Year.
I remember you.
Yeah, it was raining really hard.
Yes, it was. It was pouring.
I heard you're leaving us for a little while though.
Only a little bit.
Can we hang out throughout the course of the rest of the year once you're gone?
Well, I'd like to tell you, but that's a secret.
I'm very disheveled that you're leaving for a while though.
Only for a little bit.
So you
I'll be back soon.
How soon?
I don't know. When I decide I'm gonna open again.
That's so vague.
I know. It's gonna make you want noodles even more.
Goodbye, Mr.
So
Peng.
long.
See you, Mr. Peng. Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye, Mr. Peng.
Bye.
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 This is getting very awkward.
Bye.
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 I love that arm.
Bye.
Amazing.
It's not an arm, it's a wing.
It's a wink. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Here's the other one. And here's both.
I had to sell my waffle wagon so that I could reinvest in a new business when I'm selling toys all over the place, man.
How much?
Because I got kids, man. I got 5 kids in a mortgage.
How much? Do you need my credit card? Cash?
Yes, I do. I need the credit card. So it's about $5,000. Maybe 8,000. Depends on the store, man. Like if you want to go to Madagascar,
have you ever gone on one?
More expensive. If you want to go to the Isleberg, that's about $8,000. I mean, it's crazy, man. You do get waffles on the bus.
So that's included.
Absolutely,
it's a bus.
Man. That's part of the price, along with syrup.
It's a bus tour.
No, the bus takes you to the airport.
The train right there. What about the train?
There's actually a train at certain places, man. Because like you take the train to Shrek Swamp.
Okay.
Yeah, in far away. They have a train system now.
In the swamp.
Yeah. Are you gonna buy one?
I'm gonna think about it.
You're gonna think about it?
I'll be back as far as you know. All right.
Thank
See you later.
man.
Looking good.
I want
Both
to
of you.
thank you for letting me be myself.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Holy cow. There is a freaking dragon out here. Now you have to exit the park and go back through security, but this was worth it to loop back around. A real live breathing dragon. Swaying his head. I have to say, I definitely approve of this. Well done, very well done. Oh. So good to see you. I'm glad the weather cooperated. That is so cool. That's a pretty good photo op right there. That's like total chill mode. Looking down on the lower lot from this 80-foot view. The future Jurassic World building looks like it's been completed painting on this side. And if you zoom in, whatever's going to go here, originally I thought it was going to be an open area, but it looks like they're building upward. They're going elevated with it.
Keep in mind that we didn't start adding our theme park rides and attractions until 1955, after Disneyland opened their gates. We started with the studio tour and the movie. So we're taking you guys down to the original 200 acres that make up Universal Studios Hollywood. Get a great view of this mural that we've been working on out here for the past couple of weeks. Well, I say we, but we invited an artist named Tristan Eaton. Never mind. Everybody happy birthday. Just give yourselves a big round of applause. That's an earthquake. Jaws Lake might look a little bit different than you're used to. Right now it's getting a little refurbishment this time of year. A lot of people on board are probably wondering, is this where they filmed the movie Jaws? Absolutely not. Jaws was filmed on location in Martha's Vineyard.
And speaking of How to Train Your Dragon, there is a video photo op presentation at the end of the tram tour. From this angle, you gotta really look closely off there in the distance, but definitely looks as if they're going vertical with whatever's going to be in that spot to the far end, past the Mummy building, looking off on the horizon there, under the crane. T-Rex has appeared on this side of the building. Holy cow, that was certainly not there until very recently, probably in the last couple of weeks. I think they were starting on it last time I documented this, but now it's engulfing the entire side of the buildings. That thing is, it's impressive, most impressive.
Almost like a T-Rex, right?
As I pan around from this angle, I'm noticing a building has been removed here on the left. It was a snack bar of sorts to the far right of the screen. You used to be able to see the roof. Not anymore. And is it just me, or were there more palm trees right in this area up until now? Can get a pretty good full view from back here. You can faintly see that T-Rex that's been created there on the side on the far left. I'd really like to know if that little archway is on the chopping block. It'd be really unusual not to see that there anymore. But with progress, things change, so honestly, who knows? It's pretty exciting to say the least. I like how it's all coming together nicely. Hello there. I've never met a troll before. You're my first troll I've had an encounter with this up close and personal. Oh, he turned his back on me. Doc Brown. Doc, you know what time it is? You happen to have the time?
I'm trying to find Marty. He's coming around here.
You have the flux capacitor on your wrist?
Yes, I do.
All right, where can I get one of those?
Oh, well, in the future, kid.
In the future?
Yes, sir. You gotta come and see me, though.
I will. Back with before the Mummy took over this building, it was occupied by E.T. In fact, for the 20th anniversary, they painted the words E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the 20th anniversary on the roof. Look faintly, and you can still see it bleeding through the top. Do you see it? Look closely. It's there. Little Easter egg for you. See it? Here's a better ground view of those Universal monsters. Not quite finished. You can see some parts that aren't colored in yet, but I love this thing so much. Came along pretty quickly. Got all 5 of them in frame. Have I mentioned how much I love that? Gosh, Universal Monsters, so classic. You might recognize this from Back to the Future, the clock tower. Of course, it has an overlay on it. Inside these doors, however, are the original pillars, and these are the original steps where Marty was standing down below. Doc was way up there. Pretty incredible looking out over where Lou's was across the courtyard. But here are those pillars, 2 on this side, looking up towards the top. And then as I pan around, here are 2 more. Top portion of that one is covered. But if you are a fan of the movie like I am, these are very, very familiar. Ah yes, the Lion Estate signs. These are not the original. The original ones have been erased from existence. These are recreations, but nonetheless, pretty dang cool. Many years ago on the Backlot, there was an attraction that they heavily promoted and used called Runaway Train, where this exact locomotive would head towards guests and then stop, startling them as they were on the tram ride. And the train still exists all these years later back here. I have to admit, this is pretty amazing. Colonial Street, which is used in a lot of different productions, but one of my favorite movies was shot right here in this little area, The Burbs, starring Tom Hanks, Corey Feldman. 1313 Mockingbird Lane also resides on this thoroughfare. The Munsters. Looks a little different, but that's the house. The Jimmy Stewart film Harvey, where he had an invisible rabbit, and one of the sorority houses from Animal House right there on the end. So much history here on Colonial Street. The home from the Nancy Drew Mysteries is adjacent to Matlock's house. And then on the end, Vincent Price took up residence in the House of Seven Gables. Right there. The lights in front of the buildings have turned on. Kind of gives it a cool little vibe. Almost like a real residential neighborhood. See the tram going by. Tours are still in full effect. And now that the normal tram has passed through, one of the VIP ones making the rounds. Norman? You out here, man? Norman? I don't know. Right next door, the top of the hill, up that staircase. Check that out. The Psycho House. That was my imitation of the shower scene. You'll notice in the top left window is Mother in a rocking chair. Mother? She's got a staring problem. Creepy. There's a nice shot with the moon in the sky. Sound more like a car alarm than I do a stabbing knife, but you get the point. Full-sized aircraft sitting back here. The War of the Worlds set. While I was here, I ran in to a familiar face. It's Norman. Came out and greeted me. He had a knife though, which I didn't realize as I was standing up there on the porch. Now he's gone. Back inside. Here's a second photo. It's a little blurry, but you get the idea. For posterity. That's going to do it for today. Standing outside the park now, below this very nostalgic sign with the sounds of the waterfall. And we'll give one last shot here as it starts to lighten up just a little bit behind those palm trees. It is one of those new structures with all the ironwork. You know, it is kind of dark at the moment. I also will insert this, which I shot inside the park a little earlier today before nightfall reared its head. You can see that it's coming along very nicely. Very nicely indeed. I wish they'd hurry up and make the announcement on what this officially will be. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know you care. And make sure you subscribe if you're new here. By doing so, helps keep you in the loop and up to date on future uploads. See you in the next video. The vlog is over. Wheel in the sky keeps on turning.